Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. These weird circles that you're seeing on my eyes, on my glasses, are because I invested in this little tripod thing so I don't have to hold my camera because I'm getting lazy and because my hands shake. So you can just ignore those. It's another Sunday morning COVID energy update, product update, things along those lines. And whenever I find new products, whatever they may be, especially if they're in relation to COVID, chronic fatigue syndrome, things like that I've been going through, I like to let you guys know about them. I feel like I'm way too far away from this camera, but these circles are also annoying the life out of me. I'm just gonna turn this off. I'm gonna have to figure this out later. Boys. I have two pugs, Jackson and Bentley. Bentley likes to bark at air, and Jackson just kind of stands behind him for moral support. So, Sunday morning. Usually on Sunday mornings, I'm super tired. And so far today, that has surprisingly not been the case. I say surprisingly because I went to a wedding last night for some dear friends. And I drive during the week, so on the weekends, I promise you the last thing I want to do is drive. But these are church members, very close friends, wouldn't have missed this for the world. Now, the only problem that I'm having right now that I actually do need to find a Benadryl for pretty quickly is because the wedding was outside. I'm itching pretty badly. I'm allergic to every form of grass and tree in Arkansas. I got allergy tested several years ago. I probably need to go and get that done again. Hello, Annabelle. My cat seems to think she needs to join everything. But, you know, last night when I got home, I was extremely tired, but amazingly, I slept all night. I'm gonna go back to the whole sleeping thing, and woke up and was able to get up. I attribute all this to some dietary changes and these supplement changes, and you will not convince me otherwise. So let's start with the new products I've found. By the way, of course, I have the smallest YouTube channel. I'm in no way sponsored by these things. I'm in no way obligated to promote them. These are things that have helped me. Liquid IV. I keep this stuff on hand at all times. And this is the immune support system in the orange box. The regular one is in the blue box. Multiple flavors, tastes great. I don't drink too much of it. It has quite a bit of potassium in it, so I would say be careful with that. Now, I'm not a I'm not a clinician. I can't give clinical advice. I just know people have said be careful because of the amount of potassium in it. But I do know staying hydrated is super important. That was my other cat knocking over a gate. Taylor Swift is on one this morning. That's my other cat's name. So Liquid IV, I keep on me all the time. I also keep sugar-free Gatorade and or Powerade. I have done a lot of research on diet, and I have become a label reader, which is becoming really hard to eliminate as much sugar as possible out of my diet. And I say as much as possible because sugar is hidden in everything. In the form, even if it'll say sugar-free, if you still look at the syrups that are in them, it's still in there. So if you can find stuff that even has 1 or 2 grams, you're still doing better than something that says it's healthy but has 44 grams of sugar. Sugar leads to inflammation. Inflammation is still what they believe is at the root of all this post-COVID chronic fatigue things. So we've gone down on sugar. High protein is also recommended, which leads me to this. This is from Keltler Nutrition. This is Fruity Pebbles, or Fruity Cereal, whey protein powder. It wasn't that expensive in consideration for protein powder, and Fruity Pebbles is my favorite cereal, and so I thought, what the heck, I'll give it a shot. I got it in, I mixed it with water first, so that's all I had just to see. Even with water, it tasted amazing. So I went and got unsweetened almond milk, mixed it with almond milk. It tastes even better. If you want thicker shakes, look up ways to make them. I drink protein shakes the majority of my life. So I'm all for something like this. It's less expensive for me to buy a tub of protein powder and to make them at my house than it is for me to keep buying the ones that I have. The ones I have, I love. I have some that are by Premier Protein. You can get them at Walmart. You can get them at Amazon. At Annabelle, you can't be in the video. And they're apples and oats, I think. They have 24 grams of protein and 1 gram of sugar. I love the way they taste. I just recently got chocolate peanut butter. Those are great too. They're easy for me to keep in the car with my job as I'm driving, to just drink those instead rather than stop for fast food or something like that, which I don't really do anyway. But now that I have this at home, no excuse to not be able to just get up in the morning, throw this in my little blender, make one, put one in my sugar to keep on the road, have that. This other product that I have found, I don't know that you'll be able to see this. This is called Brekkie Overnight Oats with Ancient Grains, and the flavor I got is vanilla cinnamon. Now, I've also been trying to do as low carb as possible. And by the way, I'm the pickiest eater on planet Earth. I have been surviving on the diet of an average 5-year-old, like pizza, chicken nuggets. I mean, garbage, complete garbage. There was a week that I ate, there was probably 2 weeks I ate nothing but SpaghettiOs. That's also the ADHD hyperfixation in me. ADHD patients will often hyperfixate on a food, and then we won't eat it again for like a year. It's a real thing. You should look into it. So these, I don't know how to explain it. They're just oats that you keep in the refrigerator overnight. I got them at Kroger. I have them delivered on my Instacart. For something to get me started in the morning, this is a better thing for me, I feel like, because yes, it has 9 grams of sugar and a little less protein, but it can go along with my protein shake here. It's going to keep me full longer, is my point, because I am notoriously guilty about skipping breakfast or maybe just drinking 1 protein shake, and then in a couple hours I'm starving and I'm stopping at the dollar store to pick up candy from my referral sources, and I'm picking up a Snickers or something like that for me, and that does no good whatsoever. When I ordered these, I thought these were going to be disgusting until I opened them yesterday and tried them, and now I'm obsessed with them. But Kroger seems to be the only place I can get them. That's fine. I'm going to get more of them. I don't know, guys. If I like it, anybody would like it. Next thing I've added to the regiment here, this. I don't even know how you say it. Sovereign Silver. I have a friend who's really big into holistic health and healing, and she recommended this to me weeks ago, actually probably a couple months ago, and I finally bit the bullet, read reviews on it, and got it. You can use this as a dropper just a couple times a day, just for general health. You can use it multiple times a day if you're trying to recover for something. You can use this for pets. You can put it in their water, which is very interesting to me since I have Jackson, who we're dealing with the cancer situation, which is very stressful, and it doesn't harm pets. So I added that in. I was telling my mom yesterday on the phone as we were talking about all this, and the fact that, you know, I've pulled myself off of all my prescription medications other than an antihistamine, 1 sleeping pill, and an antidepressant. And the antidepressant I'm going to slowly taper off because I don't really feel like I need that anymore anyway. Oh, I have my anti-anxiety medication that I keep on hand that I take as needed. And I'm someone with chronic insomnia. And when I say chronic insomnia, I do mean they have given me dosages of medications, antipsychotics, dosages that probably kill other people, and I'd still be laying there at night like do. With my antihistamine that I've been giving, and just with the changes I've made here with these supplements and whatnot, I laid down last night, guys, I was asleep in 30 minutes. For me, that's a miracle. I'm just saying, I think you call me hippie, call me whatever you want to, but you're coming from someone who's been on high levels of psychiatric medications since her early 20s, bounced from med to med to med to med. And I have a theory, and you can't post things like this on Facebook. I have a theory that, doctors put you on these meds because they get kickbacks from the companies. And, a psychiatrist can spend 30 minutes with you after you fill out a sheet of your symptoms. Do you have this? Do you have this? Do you have this? Well, they know nothing about you. They know nothing about your previous they know nothing about you other than what they see on paper and what they see in that 30 to hour minute session. They stick a diagnosis on you. They throw this medication at you, especially one of them at the time was a relatively new one. Now, what we know about that medication is extremely dangerous. And now my body is also having to heal from that. So that's why I've said I'm done with all that. I'm done with it. I am taking Aleve, like a higher dose of Aleve, because it's anti-inflammatory, but that's as far as we're going. Next product. This is this is Sunday Riley. This is a hair and scalp refresher. Now, I wear extensions, I've told you guys that, but I have recently had trouble, with my scalp and with itching, and I've had a rash breakout. I broke out in a rash the last time I dyed my hair. I'm someone who's always had oily hair, oily scalp. I have never in my life had a dry scalp or anything along those lines. I have researched this too. Many people post-COVID, COVID long, whatever you want to call us, also have this symptom too. I think it all ties back to inflammation. So I've looked up different options. Dry shampoo has seemed to become a bit drying. This is basically micellar rinse, and it has apple cider vinegar in it. In all the research I've done too, apple cider vinegar is another supplement that they recommend taking. I just can't. I can't with apple cider vinegar. I can't. That and fish oil, even if they say the fish oil capsules don't taste, I just can't. So I sprayed this on my hair this morning just to see. My hair doesn't look that great, but if you saw it in person, you would understand the difference. The fact that it looks like it's just been washed, because you can spray this on your scalp. You can also spray it on your hair directly. And the fact that it's got the apple cider vinegar in it and a couple of other ingredients goes in and calms the scalp down and kind of refreshes everything. So it's like a dry shampoo without the drying properties, if that makes sense. I've been looking for something like this to see if it would control what's been going on with my hair, because that's a whole new set of symptoms. So far, I love the way it sprayed. I love the way it looked. We'll see how this works. Now, another reason I'm making this video is because it's 8:24 on a Sunday morning. I've been up since about 5:50, 6 o'clock. My pets woke me up. I've already gotten up. I've already changed the sheets on my bed. I have already put stuff in the laundry. I am about to vacuum and do a couple of other things. I've ordered groceries online. For someone who was previously just exhausted to the core, especially having gone out last night, stayed out a little later than I normally would have, this is unreal. 2 weeks ago, this wouldn't and couldn't have happened. This is not magic. This is not a miracle pill. This is not anything. This is just some basic. I'm drinking water with this liquid IV in it. I'm drinking Powerade Gatorade Zero, no sugar. I've basically eliminated as much coffee as I can, but when I do get coffee, it's sugar-free. So again, pull that out. I have switched to as much no grain, gluten-free. I was never really big on the whole gluten thing. I kind of thought it was I'm not gonna lie, I kind of thought it was a hoax. Sorry, anybody watching that, I apologize to you. I was wrong, because I do think there's something to it. Because just these simple diet changes have made such a difference in about a week and a half. And I told my mom, I think the biggest supplement though that I noticed immediately was the turmeric. because it's the anti-inflammatory, but they're all seeming to work together and help tremendously. So, you know, a couple weeks ago, I had no hope that I was going to recover, no hope that I was going to bounce back, that I was going to have any sort of quality of life. Whereas every day I'm seeing little bits and pieces of my life and my abilities coming back together. I'm having a treadmill delivered today, and I'm not planning on going crazy on it, but I am going to start the process of just walking my way back into some form of fitness, because that's important for me physically and mentally. That will also show me how much I'm changing too. So these are my products for today. This is my Sunday video. I am about to do some housekeeping stuff because it's far past time for me to do that. But yeah, these are my things for today. And again, whatever questions you might have, advice, anything you've found that helps you that I haven't mentioned, by all means, please leave me a comment. I'm always open for advice, suggestions, especially in regards to diet, because that's not something I know and am that good at. And I'm by no means an expert. I'm doing this on my own. So yeah, I hope you all have a great Sunday, and thank you so much for watching.